My name is Tyler Klein, and I am doing a short podcast about a artist named Lil Peep. A quick background about this artist. He was born with the name Gustav R, and he created a variety of different music within the short amount of time that he had to be creative. And he was in various groups such as Goth Boy Clique and Schema Posse. However, the biggest thing with Little Peep is he passed away when he was 21 years old, and he'd been making music since like around the age of 17. Just yeah, because of that cut off at such a short amount of time, it did cause like his legacy to be set a little short. However, the music he did create is one of the most iconic songs that exist in general. And he's definitely one of the best artists of our generation. And like to start off with, I want to go over the album Crybaby by Lil Peep. And disregarding the name of the album, it's actually a very, very good song. It goes over a variety of different topics. But to start, this is the first song, and it's titled Crybaby. And I'll go into further detail, but we can listen to it for a little bit. Basically, with this song, there is a sample in the background, which it is actually, you can hear it right now. But before we go further, this is the sample that it includes. It's the No Seatbelt song by Brand. And you can definitely hear that that sound is nearly the same as how it is in this song. Just skipping forward, this is the music that Lil Peep created. It's definitely more on like that emo punk pop rap sort of vibe. Yeah, like I said, this album is very, very iconic, and I would definitely recommend everybody to give this album a shot, along with all albums that Lil Peep created. For example, this one in particular, it has a variety of different samples that I will go over throughout all the different songs. But yeah, no, in terms of this album, there's a lot of different like, Easter eggs going on for sure. Yeah, no, in terms of this song, that is how we were going to start off with. The next song is Little Jeep. This one's a classic. And if I'm not mistaken, this song also has another sample, which is the Two People by Jacques Sorrel. Listen to this for a second. In this sample, it's definitely altered a lot more than how the last one was with Crybaby, but here's Little Jeep. You can somewhat hear that sample, but it's not the exact same. It's definitely a different tone with the keys. Yeah, no, another great song, top tier for sure. And then another fun fact that I will go over is this song, Falling for Me. I'll hit that one next, and only because this album came out, I want to say like 2016, 2017 era, and I'm fairly confident it's 2016, if not 2015. However, when they released this like publicly, they had to clear all the samples, and not all of them were cleared while Little Peep was alive. This song did not get cleared for streaming services, so it is definitely more like the real fans that have been there since like way back in the day definitely remember this song. But yeah, it is not on streaming services anymore, which just I thought was interesting. I wanted to share that in this podcast. Yeah, all these songs are great. There's maybe like one in particular off this album, and I'm not the biggest fan of, but every other song from this tape is like it's a masterpiece. Like I said, I thought that was a fun fact that they removed that song from streaming because it did not get passed with the samples that were used. However, this song is very familiar with a lot of people, and Wonderwall, you can tell the beginning, how it starts off. This song is sampled in the next one for Yesterday by Lil Peep, and you'll hear it right off the bat. Yep, right there, you can definitely tell that that is Wonderwall by Oasis. Again, this song is definitely in that top tier status where it's very, very memorable. You listen to it for a few times, it'll probably get stuck in your head. Yeah, Yesterday by Lil Peep is definitely one of his like most iconic songs from this album. That's in my opinion. Now this song, it's Absolute in Doubt. When this originally came out, I really liked this one. It's not that I don't like it as much anymore, but it's not as aged as much as some of these other songs in the album have, in my opinion again. But this does not really have necessarily any samples from other songs that I'm aware of. This one's completely original. And a lot of times Lil Peep was the songwriter. There are definitely songs in his catalog that he had assistance with the lyrics, but a lot of songs that he made, he wrote everything and he did not produce the beats. He had other people do that. But yeah, this song, there's not really many samples. Yeah, this is where the Little Peep part kicks in. His line, like, I'd say Little Peep's part specifically in this song is like, very, very, very good. Entire song together. Nothing I'll Wake a Face. He's a great artist as well. Because Little Peep, usually if it's featuring Little Peep or Little Peep featuring anyone else, Little Peep's part always is the dominant factor in that song. He just definitely takes over on the emphasis with the sound. Like by far, anytime there's a song with Little Peep and another person, Little Peep's part is way, way better. And that's again perspective from my point of view. But yeah, I would definitely say Little Peep's part is the headliner of this song, no question. Now on this next song, Ghost Girl, there's definitely a sample being used, and that one is In the Annex by Boards of Canada. And again, really quick, just to show you, you can tell they've changed the pitch a little bit in the Little Peep song compared to this, but this is very reminiscent of the start with how its song begins. Going back to the Ghost Girl by Little Peep, you can hear how it's been pitched down, almost maybe slowed a little more. Um, then another song that definitely, like, it's a very memorable song. Yeah, just the way how the flow with the sample and the adding of different elements all kick in with each other. It's great. This is definitely in an upper status for how everything combines together. And then moving on, Big City Blues. And I hate to admit it, this is the one song that I think is definitely it's the worst one on this album. It's not that it's a bad song, but definitely Big City Blues. You could live the rest of your life content without hearing this song. And like I said, majority Little Peep has the best parts of the song. Definitely does this song, but it's not as strong to this sort of style. got more of a country vibe, and if you're into country songs, by all means, you might actually really like this version of Little Peep. I personally am not like a giant fan, and it does when I researched this, there's a sample that's called "Tired Guitars," and the name is the Kolmogortsev Mark Gorovic. However, I could not find that audio online anywhere, so I don't know what that sample originally sounds like. Moving on to the next one, Skyscrapers. Love Now, Cry Later. This one is a very, very good song, especially if you're going through an emotional time by any means. This song kicks ass. Dead serious. Skyscrapers, creme de la creme by far. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this Death Cab for Cutie, Brothers on a Hotel Bed. This is sampled in Skyscrapers. You can kind of hear it, but it's a little more faster in Skyscrapers than it is on the original. You can tell. Exactly. You can hear it right there. Going back to Skyscrapers. I'll rewind a little bit so we can compare. Right here. There's like an echo factor where it's also a little bit faster pitch. That is definitely visible comparing those two tracks side by side. Yeah, this song speaks for itself. I would strongly recommend like all people to give this whole album a shot. Like I said, Skyscrapers, definitely one of the more like memorable songs. Especially Love Now, Cry Later, It Hurts. That analogy is so powerful, depending what you're going on in life. I cannot stress that enough. And all the analogies, it's deep. Like he said, like he, I'll rewind. He fell in love with the devil the worst. Love now, cry later, it hurts. Like gold. Anybody going through a breakup definitely can relate to that song in one way or another. But by far, Skyscrapers definitely top tier from this album. And there's Falling for Me. Like I said, we went over this one, and it's not on streaming. YouTube does have it in the playlist, but streaming services does not include this song. Going on to 19. This song is very, very, very good. If I'm not mistaken, we can go to it. There's a sample from Modest Mouse, from their song Broke. This was sampled. Yep, you can hear it right there. That little tone. This whole intro is 100% used in 19. It's slowed down and changed in pitch for sure. Again, yeah, 19 out of all the songs, this one might be my personal favorite. But again, like I said, Little Peep songs, I will give a heads up. They're great music. Depends on the crowd you are with. Some crowds will love Little Peep music. Other crowds will not understand it. Typically, Little Peep music is usually listened to by yourself. But there are definitely a lot of concerts that Little Peep had, like in his short run, that he blew the crowd up in terms of the energy. Yeah, 19 is a classic song. Like, even thinking about it, Little Peep, he did pass away in 2017 at the age of 21. This is like 19, which is like his age being 19. And I'm like not kidding. That was 2 years before he passed away. Like, this is a very, very, very iconic song from the album. Like I said, my personal favorite, if I had to choose one, White Tea. This is just a throwback. This is featuring Little Tracy. And Little Peep and Little Tracy, they actually had a pretty good brotherhood for a while. And right before Little Peep passed away, Little Tracy sort of had like some drama where he felt like he got the short end of the stick. in a music video for Awful Things. But yeah, no, in terms of Little Tracy, he's an alright artist. Little Peep and Little Tracy, it's like Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Like it's a dream team dynamic duo combination. And yeah, no, Little Tracy, he's alright on his own. With Little Peep, he's great. But Little Peep, by far, he always has the dominating factor in the songs. And I was trying to keep this within 15 minutes. I'm going to maybe go a minute over or so, but continuing on to the next song is Driveway. This is the final song. And yeah, really quick as well, before going on, I know the song White Tea that we just listened to with Little Peep and Little Tracy, that one has a sample from the Postal Service from their song Such Great Heights. Right there. You can hear it. It's faster on the original compared to how White Tea turned out. But yeah, this album is great. Last song, Driveway. And then there's a song by Real Friends. It's called I've Given Up on You. And this is also sampled. Definitely tell it's been altered on the Little Peep version. But yeah, back to Driveway. Again, the amount of lyricism that Little Peep has is super deep. It will run over your head if you don't pay attention. But if you actually break apart these lyrics, it is extreme. Like just super, super deep. And again, like I said, anybody going through an emotional time will definitely relate to Little Peep. But again, like I said, I was wanting to keep within a 15-minute time frame, and that is the conclusion of this episode for my podcast. And yeah, this is all about Little Peep, sort of making connections between the samples of the songs from the album Crybaby that were used, comparing them and contrasting them from the originals to the like new versions with Little Peep. But yeah, thank you for watching this. I wish you good luck throughout the rest of your day. Take care.